It's also weird what they'll respond to and what they won't respond to. A country will challenge them and they'll fight it. Somebody will come out directly to fight them and they'll just let them go. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Gundam 00.
After one of the characters murders a bunch of kids in order to save them? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
I mean, it's in order to ... Next subject. Because I don't know what.
Yeah. We also get Alejandro Corner suggesting to the Princess Royal to go, hey, why don't you visit the conflict area where people are getting shot at? And our assistant going like, oh, so you want us to have our dear leader assassinated? How thoughtful of you, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's before anything happens.
True. Which takes to this episode titled To the Limits of Holy Teachings.
Right, because there's a civil war in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already been set up. It's the conservatives versus the reformers.
Progressives. Yeah. Warm progressives. Yeah, this is very much, I said 1990s coded, but not really 1990s coded. This is early 2000s coded. War on Terror coded. Which I said that a lot also.
Well, this is also released in the early 2000s. Oh, actually,
yeah, later 2000s, yeah. War on Terror. Which also I said that a lot. I kept repeating that a lot over at Gundam Seed as well. Not so much Seed Destiny, but certainly Gundam Seed.
Well, yeah, I mean, they both came out in the same decade.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thought back then that the baddies in Seed Destiny were too cartoonishly evil.
Again, you're acting like these are cartoonishly evil things to do. Cartoonishly evil is to blow them all up with a missile barrage, but that's the guy you're not supposed to think is cartoonishly evil.
Yeah.
These guys are trying to create a super soldier army. Sorry, it's really hard to devil's advocate sometimes.
Yeah, you go on.
Well, it's the element that even though they kind of keep presenting the world as a world that's still fighting, you know, the zero-sum game of fighting nations and whatnot.
Yeah.
We haven't really been shown like a world war or anything, although they have said that there's been 4
Solar Wars.
Yes, so it could be that they're building up for Solar War 5.
Yeah.
The Reckoning.
And we have a treaty that is supposed to keep fighting away from the colonies, now that we have them. Right? And the whole thing about it was to stop the wars on Earth to go to space. Apparently, that was one interpretation. So it's just like the precursor to like 79 in many ways. Like, well, we don't want war in the colonies. Let's stop that before people start dropping giant colonies on Earth and killing everybody.
Well, except that this is more, again, related to Gundam Wing than it is.
Yeah. But it kind of feels that way. It's like, oh, well, we don't want war to go to space. Like, huh.
Well, it's the element that the HRL has been developing enhanced people, right? HRL is, ironically, reforming humans.
Yeah.
The
League of Reforming Humanity. Yeah.
Which is the idea that they are making enhanced people. They're doing Gattaca, right? And then they took that program and started making super soldiers with it, or they made one, at least.
The other is not so much.
Well, it's the idea that enhancing people, I don't have a problem with that. But it seemed like Sergei had a problem with that before the super soldier thing.
I mean, I don't have a problem with enhancing humanity on a volunteer basis.
Well, you couldn't, though.
Well,
it seems like they're implying that they're enhancing people before they're born. The Gundam Seed method before Durandal, the coordinators are created before they have the ability to consent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, you say you have to agree to it. It sounds like to me, well, we're going to raise you, and at the age of 18, you can off yourself if you want. That's your version of consent. I didn't consent to be here. I didn't consent to be here.
I don't know. That would not be.
Well, because that's the only way I can imagine you'd be able to consent to something that happened before you were born, is to decide,
if that's the only way to, quote unquote, reform people, then no, I do not agree.
Well, the thing is that you would have no say in it.
I wouldn't agree on the societal level whether it happened to me or not. It's like, no, I don't want this. I'm with Sergei. I don't want this. This is bullshit.
Why?
Because you're doing things without people's consent. Oh,
You
by the
have
way,
no
you
consent
also
before you exist.
no, but you shouldn't be put in that position. You shouldn't have a society where you're talking about fundamentally changing who you are as a human being, even before you're
So
born.
you were against that previous discussion that we had about Human 2.0.
Well, it depends. I think Human
Again, that
2.0
would
with
be before
cybernetics.
you're born. We're enhancing the human condition from birth.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm kind of against that because I thought a Human 2.0
So
will also
people
be
that
cybernetics.
have no deficiencies, people that have better health, don't get sick. We can't have any of that because you can't have that from before you're born. That's what you're saying.
Is that really what's happening though? Because
That's what it seems
and
like.
also
It seems like they said they're genetically engineering people, which isn't to say that they're enhancing them after the fact. That's what the Super Soldier program is, which is, again, yeah, fair enough, that's bad. But it seems it's more like the coordinator thing, that you're being enhanced before you're born.
yeah, but there's also the coordinator Gattaca thing of you're creating a division in humanity in between the ones that are enhanced and are not enhanced, and that
What was
has a
the
lot
new
of other
Gundam I was
problems.
telling you about before? The manga?
What?
Was it Gundam 8?
Once they go into space,
Yeah, the
when they
one that
have
has
the
the giant space colony thing.
colonies, yeah,
The,
yeah.
the one that looks like a Bonkai, not a Bonkai, a Bonchai mixed with a spaceship. Because that's the theme there. Is that if you kept taking that to the extreme, what if the coordinators made their own version of coordinators? And then those coordinators made another version of coordinators. They just kept getting better and better. Because in Gundam 8, the main characters are the 8th generation of this. They're just so much better than normal humanity. But it's not they're not evil or anything. As far as I read, it's the 7th generation, which is like not attacking, like terrorism or whatever. Well, you can't replace us with the 8s.
I mean,
Yeah, but
yeah,
again, there's
that's
also
kind
the
of the
7th
fear.
generation of being better than everyone. When I say generation, I mean the same way like technological generations. Like they
Yeah.
themselves are enhanced over the 6th. They're not just like the children of the 6th. They're enhanced to be better than the 6th generation. We just keep making things better and better. So yeah, there is going to be a divide, but so what? Should we still be, how many things have progressed technologically that you're going to say we should just go back to the way things used to be?
I mean, we're talking about this is about the essentialism of humanity and the individual. Some heady questions there that you can't
Okay, you
just go like, oh,
Naderite.
it's better, just better.
Just to bring up Eon once again, this is a theory. This is the thing that comes up in Eon too. You had the Naderites that push away the technological innovations and everything because they blame the technological innovations for World War III. Because they look back to Nader, who was anti-nuclear energy, as the, you know, just push away the technology. Not like Amish thing. Like they still use technology, but they're not like anything that came after like a certain year sort of thing. Whereas everyone else, they've got like, I don't know what you call it. Like you can genetically modify your body to look like whatever you want. They use pictographs as a communication. The main character you see from that side of things is called Omle. I think he poops once a year.
Yeah.
Like he only like eats like once a year too, but his body is just so good at digesting everything that like 100% that he doesn't have any waste product. So again, Eon covers like most sci-fi shit I will ever have to talk about. But
I have to read it. I haven't read it.
Oh, it's great. Greg Bear, my favorite sci-fi author. Not gonna get into it all now. If you want, I could probably make a compilation of every time I've ever brought it up. But yeah, no, the idea is there's nothing inherently wrong with advancing the human race. We say we could eliminate disease entirely, not from getting rid of disease, but just by making people so much better than the infections that they would get. And it'd be like, no, we cannot modify the human condition. Like, why not? What are you afraid of, Khan? Is Khan your worry?
Oh, that would be a thing.
Yeah. So?
I mean, so what?
Hypothetically, you're hypothetically afraid of a Star Trek villain is the result of people becoming better. You're saying that certainly could become a thing. Sure, it could be. You know what else? We could all just fucking mutate into blobs because the genetics was wrong. Who the hell knows? But no, I mean, I see no problem with enhancing the human condition.
Oh, what's the price?
Sure. And I think it's a price well paid. It seems to me that the thing is you always want the next generation to have it better than you had it. Can you imagine the next generation? Next generation doesn't get sick. Next generation doesn't have headaches. Next Generation has Data and Geordi LaForge. Sorry, I lost my thought there for a second. The Next Generation.
I mean, you can always improve the human condition, but it goes back to
why limit yourself? Is my question.
That it's not just a matter of technology that makes humanity better. You also have to change society and the morals.
You don't, though.
So.
I mean, you can, but that's a different matter. You know who's probably going to be best set to change society? Those better people that you made.
There's no reason for them to be morally better.
Yeah, there is no reason. See?
Which means
there's your thing. There's no reason for them to be morally worse either.
Yeah, well, it means if they're not morally superior, then they will behave the same way as we have behaved, but now they are.
So your problem with enhanced humanity is that they'll be too human.
In a way, yeah.
So your problem, in fact, Lessons, is with humanity.
Well, yeah.
So you're suggesting that we have to hold back technological and biological progression to handle societal problems?
Okay, technology and society go hand in hand. It's a speech.
Again, I understand that, but you're suggesting that we can't advance scientifically until we handle the other thing, as though we can't handle both things at once.
Historically, we haven't.
Historically, yes, we historically have never handled societal problems. We're basically still living in the same societies that we lived in thousands of years ago.
Do you remember the speech by what's his name, Mordin Solus in Mass Effect 2?
Which one? Because he has a few. Mass Effect 2?
The one about cavemen.
The lesser of the Mass Effect games? No, I don't.
Basically, he makes a whole response. It's like handing a nuke to a caveman, right? Social development without technological development doesn't happen without social development. The social development is required to maintain and keep that technological development. If the both don't advance together. So
your problem is that we're so dumb that we'll never be able to achieve the technological advancement because we're regressive as a society in our societal norms.
I think that perhaps we should prioritize or get equal priority towards social development and material conditions as much as technological ones.
Hear me out, Lessons. I feel like I am going to buy an island and resurrect the dinosaurs to open a theme park.
Yes, that would work wonders.
Apparently it would, because they keep reopening it.
Yeah, it keeps being a disaster, too. Killing hundreds of people, maybe thousands.
Right, but they keep funding it.
Because they want to make profit. They're being stupid.
I think you would look at the risk assessment and you see that every park has failed, and every time the investors put money in, the park has still failed. How many people have gotten their money back on this investment? Like, do they have a really good insurance policy? Like, what's going on here that they keep finding more investors? Find the guy who keeps finding more investors, and that's the guy you want to do everything for you.
That's proved my point. People are still stupid thinking that this time around they're going to get it right.
Well, no, actually, I thought you were going to pull the quote from the movie. Was you spent so much time thinking if you could, you never thought about if you should.
You should, yes. And also,
I'm still, though, on that guy's side, which is to say, do the thing. Just do the thing. Hey, if we can resurrect dinosaurs, fucking resurrect dinosaurs.
Yeah, never mind the ecological implications of this.
Well, obviously, you have enough pre-planning to resurrect dinosaurs. You probably have enough planning to isolate them.
You know how many times have happened that people have let you know about invasive species?
Lessons. Think about whatever you're about to say, and then count to me how many times the human race has been wiped out.
Not in totality.
Well, Lessons, the word wiped out implies totality.
Yeah. But we've had a significant crisis of regions that have collapsed completely and people have suffered. And
then we moved on as a world, you know? I'm saying that if we can create a better humanity, perhaps the cost is worth it.
I think.
Remember that I was on Durandal's side.
Yes. And remember the long, long speech I gave about it.
Yeah, and remember the long speech I gave in opposition to it. It was.
And I'm not going to repeat it here.
Probably couldn't.
Yes. Let's move on.
I'm just saying that I don't have any inherent negative feelings towards the improvement of the species on a biological and technological level. Pro-Borg, you might say.
Yeah, that also worked out.
Yeah, no, I forgot. If I was in the Star Trek universe, I would beeline it towards the Borg. Hey, I mean, if you haven't watched enough Voyager, in the Borg Collective, you see everything as being normal. Well, if you're asleep, anyway. The Borg do sleep, apparently, and when the Borg are asleep, it's like being on the holodeck for them.
Anyway, shall we?
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
If you didn't know, this was the Middle East, of course.
Wonder how many people are in a legion. Who? What? What happened to Kirkus? Did they get wiped out completely, or did they get subsumed? It's funny, these guys are talking about smiting people, and they're about to get smote.
Yeah.
It'd be different if they were like, no, we should seek peace, and then they got attacked. Yeah, we come from that PMC you may have heard about.
Yeah.
Well, they don't seem like the locals. Nope. I would dare say they probably don't even understand the language that's being shouted at them.
Mm-hmm. Even everybody's speaking Japanese.
Well, I mean, from the element that these are probably foreigners that don't understand the language of the people that they're being hired to kill.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, beneficial if you want to hire people that aren't going to get, like, swayed. Hard to bribe somebody. No. It's hard to bribe somebody if you don't know what they're saying or the value of their money.
Well, you still can bribe them, though.
Literally, I just said if you don't know the value of their money. If I wave a couple, like, bills at you in a currency you don't know, I could be waving 10 cents at you, and it looks like hundreds.
I think mercenaries, the one thing mercenaries really want to know is the value of the local currency.
That's what I'm saying. And if you can't explain it because you don't speak the language, then I'm just waving bills at you, and you're like, that doesn't look like as much as I got paid.
Yeah. Well, you just put, it's like gold. Like, okay, I put down like 5 bars of gold. You go like,
yeah, because that's what people carry on them all the time. That's the I see that guy, Rasa, probably has a couple bars of gold in his back pocket. Given the fact, though, since that we already discussed that they're probably producing gold in nuclear factories, to gold plate everything, probably the price of gold has significantly dropped. You probably just bribed me with a brick, a literal brick at this point.
そこに位置する多くの国々は石油輸出産業で経済を支えていたが、太陽光発電システムの建設計画によりその存在価値を失おうとしていた。国連決議により一部を除いて大幅な石油輸出規制が採択され、それに反対する中東国家の一部が武力を行使、戦火は拡大。これが20年続いた。
So those are the solar power wars.
So 20 years, 4 wars in 20 years. So 1 every 5 years almost.
貧困から分裂や統合を繰り返している。それが現在の中東の現実であった。
What about their extreme generational wealth?
シャワンに挟まれたアザディスタン王国もそんな事情を抱えた中東国家の一つである。内政の悪化した隣国クルジス共和国を6年前に吸収。
Oh, there we go.
新興国家として王政を復活させたが、国境の解釈の違いにより、国民は大きく2つの教派に分かれ、政治的に不安定な状況が続いていた。
マスドラフマディが何者かに拉致されたですって。まさかそんなことが。保守派は
So wait, was Rasa his title and not his name?
I think it was his title. I heard that title before.
災いを運んできただけだったよね。
I don't know what
太陽
that
光発
means.
電は議会で承認されたのよ。すべての国民が納得しているわけじゃないでしょう。
Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
治安部隊の出動を決定させたわ。超保守派が過激な行動に出るのは時間の問題。そして万が一、マスード・ラフマディが死亡しているとなると。やめて、そんな不吉なこと。
Because I feel like Masood is a title.
最悪の事態を回避するためにも。最悪の事態。
Celestial being intervention?
内戦。
Nah, wrong one. I feel like they're trying to pull a Rainbow Alliance. Not, is that the right thing? South Africa, the Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah.
Rainbow Coalition.
Immolation, yeah.
内戦が起こるようなら、現行戦力で対処するしかないわね。私です。そちらの状況は？
各所で小競り合いが起こっているようだが大事ではないよ。
直ちに国外への退去。
ここに残るよ。
残る？
It seemed like that sign was implying that the UN is aiding terrorists.
The reformists. No,
Oh,
it seems they're
reformists. I couldn't figure out the word.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought they were implying that the UN was tied to celestial beings somehow.
200年前から遡って調べてみましたが、博士号取得者の失
Beatrice
踪
Egan.
または行方不明者の数は138名ですね。
That's a pretty small keyboard,
わかりました。
especially for his.
ここアザディスタンの宗教的指導者マスード・ラフマディが武装勢力によって連れ去られた模様。アザディスタンだ。
So I just wanted that guy to be the guy on air. Newsflash!
連絡を取ってリポートさせろ。はい。
出ますかね。ソレスタルビーイング。
多分ね。まあ美味しそう。わざわざ
Is she always eating?
しなくてもいいのに。あ、
See, you probably don't remember the jokes that I've mentioned before, or the references.
ピザ1枚だけど。あなた。はい。その格好は？あ、僕この店であれ。
Because I told you before about a pizza guy in Gundam.
今はお姉様と二人で暮らしているの。まあご両親を。それでわざわざアルバイトして。
Because they're rich and he doesn't understand.
いえ、そんな。ママは涙もろいの。もろすぎだよ。
So does everyone in the
Wow, you
show.
are. Yeah.
あ、はい。よく見ると凛々しい顔立ちをしてるのね。そうですか。
Oh, those glasses.
Are you hitting on me, Mrs. Robinson?
何ですか。
主人の面影がある。ないってつかパパ生きてるし。
Okay.
I was getting confused for a second because I thought he was still alive too. So it's like, wait a second.
Yeah. Don't.
マスードラフマディ。
そうか。ついに決意なされたか。
はい。私はこの国の王女に即位することを決めました。たとえ神聖アザディスタンの象徴、飾りの存在だとしても。
If she was just an ornament, then who would really be in control?
ですから、ラサ。
ならば、私は反対の立場を取らせてもらおう。
They talk like she's a figurehead, but she's making literal choices for the country.
国が新しく生まれ変わろうとも、この土地で暮らすためには歴史があり、家族があり、神の教えがある。変化を嫌う者も多い。私もその一人だ。
Well, you could change.
Well, she could change. We could all change. I'm doing the Rocky speech again, aren't I? I mean, it's just the height of self-absorption to say he could change. Why does he have to change?
I mean, he has leadership.
No, I just mean that if you have to say one side has to change, why can't the other side change?
Oh, both of them.
そんなことをしたら超保守派を刺激するだけだわ。それにどうしてユニオンがこの国を守っても利益なんてあるんでしょう。きっと。
I mean, it's
they want
probably
to
because you're a
capture.
country within the Union's borders, and they don't want a civil war marring the rest of the
But they're
country.
not part of the Union.
Oh, that's right. No, well, they are part of the Union, just not that Union.
No, actually, they're not part of anybody. They were left behind. There's a big hole in the map where they are at. So,
It's a
yeah,
big hole
no.
in the map. Because that means they don't exist. When I say they're in the Union, I mean they're physically present within the Union. And when I meant the Union, I meant the artificial Union, the Advanced European Union.
No, actually, they're not part of it.
They are part of it. Physically, they're part of it because they're on the continent.
That doesn't make them part of the political.
That makes them part of it, Lessons, because I said that's what I meant when I said it.
You
Okay,
have the map.
Lessons,
Look
your
at it
house
now.
does not exist on the island you live on.
That's not what I meant.
That's what I meant. You can't make what I mean not what I mean.
Who's talking?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Because he's also attached to his homeland.
Is he? I mean, he hasn't talked about Ireland like at all.
Oh, one time. When he said he was
That's
from
not a lot
Ireland.
of attachment.
Yeah. God, I don't mind.
I mean, we literally seen them killing their own parents. It's like, how much worse can you get? So you think it's Kyrgyz
Yeah,
racism?
Probably.
いや、間に合っている。
ひょっとしてここは初めて？ね
ずっと世界を旅している。
えねえ、族長に聞いたんだけどさ、この世界にはすっごく高い塔があって宇宙まで行けるって本当なの？
ああ、本当だ。
もしかして行ったことある？
まあな。
Okay, this kid is gonna be dead. This kid is not gonna survive this episode.
I mean, we've already
He
gone
told
well
you.
past the amount you have to talk to get a voice credit. So,
Yeah.
おい、何してる？お前黒字筋だな。顔見りゃわかる。
おじいちゃん？
ここはお前がいていい場所じゃない。とっとと出て行け。
Okay.
まさかな。ユニオンに支援を要請するとは。彼らは
Why the Union, though?
がいることを知らないと見える。
because again, they're within the borders of the Advanced European Union.
No, they're not.
They are.
They're not.
They
You can check your own map. It'll show you.
Check my own map.
Yeah, the one you brought up. Oh, there he is. Of course.
So where his hand was before, he just poured that on his own crotch. Of course, we're still powering these with oil. Why not? Gee, I wonder what that means. Again, you can't argue with my guy's interesting. He makes the show interesting to watch.
太陽光アンテナが破壊された。一体誰が？
警備に当たっていたモビルスーツのパイロットの中に超保守派の者たちが入り込んでいたようです。
そんな、まるでマスード・ラフマディが拉致されることを予測しているような行動ね。 計画的犯行。まさか。
ハワード、ダリル、ミサイル攻撃をした敵を追え。ガンダムは私がやる。了解。ガンダムは任せますぜ。
You know, we haven't seen a
Oh, these
fight.
guys are dead.
We haven't seen a fight that involved AEU people in a long time. Because I don't think we can include the PMC people as AEU fighters. So it's been like, what, the first episode? As I said, the first guy the thing suggested I should be drawn as, not happening. That was a thing.
このしつこさ尋常じゃねえぞ。ハロー、GN 粒子の散布中止。全ジェネレーターを鍵に回せ。了解。たかがフラッグでいい。ガンダム。アザディスタン軍ゼイロ基地よりモビルスーツが移動開始。目的地は王宮の模様。緊急通信に向かってください。
おそらく他の基地からも何らかの動きが起こると思われるわ。
Well, how convenient that both of you are now listening to a conversation.
モビルスーツ隊が無断発進。まさかクーデター。モビルスーツは全部で5機。まっすぐここに向かってるわ。
姫様、シェルターに避難を。
でも
お急ぎください。
I mean, I understand it's pressing. It's 5 mobile suits, though. Compare that to the size of any force we've seen in the show so far.
Yeah, but if they don't have anything to counter them,
I understand that, Lessons. That's what I just said.
oh, there goes that building.
避難しなくて良いのですか？
No, not all the way, though. It just stopped. Like, it was still there.
刹那 F 戦友エクシア目標を駆逐する。
クーデターだとよ。どうする？フラッグのパイロットさんよ。ようやくガンダムと巡り会えたというのに口惜しさは残るが。
I'd say 5 mobile suits. Graham could take that. I dare say that Howard or Daryl could take that.
ガンダムの能力も考えものだな。
It's also weird what they'll respond to and what they won't respond to. A country will challenge them and they'll fight it. Somebody will come out directly to fight them and they'll just let them go.
あれがガンダム。
力任せだ。ガンダムの性能に頼りすぎている。パイロットは刹那 F 精鋭だったか。
なんだ？
ガズナ基地からもモビルスーツ部隊が発進。現在ケシ地区を通過中よ。
了解。
まったく次から次へと。
So 2 different squads now. So that he defeated the first one.
これは
Your home village?
Oh, were there mountains there before?
Oh, well, sucks to be them.
I wish the smoke would clear away so we could see if that one was still there. Look, I understand the kids died, but if one rocket launcher could take one of these things out, then 5 of them? That is nothing.
I don't think it took it out. I think it.
That's what I said. The
damaged it,
smoke
but,
didn't clear, so we didn't see it.
Yeah, there's the kids. Oh my god.
Well, that's
without
3
an arm.
different kids. The 2 other kids already died earlier. Okay, it didn't take it out because that was 3, and then these 2 means 5.
Sucks to be them.
国連が技術支援を行っている中東のアザディスタン王国にソレスタルビーイングが武力介入を行った模様です。アザディスタンってどこだったかしら。
Okay, there you go, Mom. She's out to get it now.
なぜ彼らは
スメラギさん、ベーダから緊急暗号通信です。
From Beta.
アザディスタンでクーデター。
増援部隊が首都圏全体の制空権を確保しました。
新人部下が暴走するとこのような悲劇を招くというのか。クソったれな。やってくれるぜガンダム。お楽しみはこれからだってのによ。
Oh, he's getting away before he
Well, remember, he kept all of his men alive too last time.
今はユニオン軍によって守られています。クーデターは沈静化に向かっています。ご安心を。
Yeah, because the Union military has been so successful against Celestial Being before.
心に怒りの炎を灯してしまった。私のしたことがこの国を戦いに導いてしまった。毅然としなさい、マリナ・イスマイール。まだ終わってないわ。まだ。
こりゃひでえ。
エクシア発見、エクシア発見。
刹那。
So I've been standing there all day.
I mean, the memories alone must be horrible.
ガンダムになれない。
I mean,
Right?
no, I'm not
That's
ignoring
not
that for a
phrasing.
moment. Lessons. You said the memories
Yeah.
alone must be horrible. These are the people that were brought in to kill people.
Yeah.
Legitimately, all they do is kill people. We covered that in like episode 2 or something. The fact that they don't hold back. They're not doing the aim to subdue.
Disable, yeah.
Yeah, so all they're seeing are dead bodies. The only difference between us and them is only occasionally do we get shown the dead bodies. So for us, it's a lot more horrific. For them, it's constant.
No, but remember that he is a survivor of the last war, right? 8 years ago. 5 years ago.
I'm not entering into the PTSD part. I'm just saying the element that you're indicating, oh god, look at the bodies. And it's like, yeah, for us. For them, how many times do you think they cut through the middle of a mobile suit, look back, and just blood all over the ground?
Yeah, but I don't talk about those bodies. I talk about the children, the ground.
I get
the
that, Lessons. I'm
civilians.
saying, well, what about last episode then?
Yeah.
What did we not get shown?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that these are people that enter into this and have fought with one another to remain members of this. It's not that it isn't horrific, it's that at what level do you become inured? Like, the only thing touching them... Hold on.
信念を砕かれた刹那に立ちはだかるアリー・アル・サーシェス。紛争根絶のためエクシアが再び立ち上がった。次回聖者の帰還、刹那ガンダムとなる。
Nope, I guess
The only thing
he becomes
touching
a Gundam.
them is their own PTSD. It feels like they've become inured to the sight of death, unless
Yeah.
it specifically touches their own personal story. Lock On has no problem shooting people at range. He sees it up close. He's a fucking sniper. But the terrorist shit, that pissed him off because his family was killed in a terrorist attack. You know, whatever Christina went through, apparently went through on a ship, I would assume, because of what her thing was. Felt has a thing about people going missing. Setsuna is very specific to children in danger. Who the hell knows what Tira is going through?
No.
We've seen what Alleluia got through his with a very specific method.
Yeah. Well, half of them anyway. The other half just fragment. Well, he fragmented into 2 people. Yeah, so.
Well, no, he did that before.
Yeah. I mean, apparently this is not the end of this. We're gonna have another clash with Alsaces.
Ali Alsaces.
Ali Alsaces. And of course, I think he's gonna be a recurring villain, so he's gonna survive this one as well. So I would be surprised if he actually.
You've guessed that about everybody, though.
Yeah. Well, Graham is still alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've guessed that everyone's a recurring villain.
Yeah.
And, also, who's a villain?
I think.
What is villainy?
Ali Alsaces clearly is a villain.
Is he? He made sure his entire crew survived. If you're on his crew, he's not a villain to
fight
you.
A war. Yeah, he also recruited kids to fight a war by having the kids shoot their own parents. Like,
sometimes you need super soldiers. That's all I'm saying.
I don't give a fuck about his fellow mercs, who probably were also the people that shot those people up and then captured them in order to get yet another war. So yeah,
I mean, to be fair, lessons. For all you know, his fellow mercs.
Look at all the fucks
I'm closing my eyes, lessons.
There's nothing
closing
here.
my eyes.
There's
for all you know,
here.
Those fellow mercs are those kids.
That's even worse.
So you're saying you don't give a shit about those kids?
I don't think they're their fellow kids because they.
Do you stop caring about kids that were indoctrinated at a young age and then grew up to be monsters?
Well, I hope they can be helped, but apparently they're not being helped.
I mean, you're suggesting that you don't give a shit about them because of what they're doing now, not because of the situation that caused them to become who they are.
Also, I don't think those are kids because they probably be around Setsuna's age and they don't.
We never actually see them, I don't think. Except for one. We saw one.
At least Alsaces should be...
Ali Alsaces.
Alsaces is the last name. He should be...
Yeah, but you say his full name. It's like Madonna.
Why? Fuck it. Fuck her. Fuck Alsaces too.
I hope people that watch this are a lot more cognizant of when I'm just bullshitting. Yes. Because apparently nobody can take a joke when it comes to Gundam 00. Like, for instance, I realized halfway through I misinterpreted which country we were talking about. Because I was thinking about Moralia, which is within the borders of the Union. But then the more you argue with me, the more I just argue back. So,
yeah. So yeah, another episode of 00. You know what? I will say that 00 delivers the kind of gut punches that I think Gundam Wing thought that they could deliver and never did. But
okay,
then I think
serious question. What gut punches?
I mean, the kid who is dead on the ground without an arm bleeding, that kind of gut punch. Setsuna having to murder his own parents. The guy who went crazy, had a split personality and murdered a bunch of kids in order to quote unquote save them. There's a couple of gun punches.
I feel like you're being defensive. Like I'm saying, there's no such thing as gun punches in the show. I'm daring you to name one, and you're like, let me list it for you.
Well, I did list them, so I did answer your question.
Well, I guess it's just the definitional thing then. I don't feel any gut punches, but there's like standout moments, of course. Like, I would use the word outrage, but I'm assuming that's what you also mean by gut punch, and that's not outrage that I feel. It's obviously
sometimes with Ali Alsaces, I said it the whole thing.
It's his name.
Very much outrage, where everyone else is like, "What the fuck?"
Again, I guess maybe it's just that I don't feel things as strongly as you do.
Oh, that's true.
Like the element that I may just be ignored. Like I said, Made in Abyss is the one that I always go to, like the show that made me cry the most. Because I don't typically like. Maybe it's also the element of reacting with another person, or even by myself, just reacting, like being on camera.
I mean, you already seen the show once, so you're not really surprised.
It doesn't matter. I don't think I felt the same way the first time go. It's just the element, like on being on camera, I react one way, and then I go to rewatch stuff, and shit hits me more emotionally when I'm rewatching it by myself for some reason, or not even by myself, just not on camera. I will do a recording, react, and then go back to take my notes on the thing, and then I'll feel stuff that I didn't feel the first time around. So it's not even the element of knowing what's coming.
Yeah. True enough, I guess.
Again, I just might be inured to seeing dead bodies.
It's not Super Dimensional Fortress Macross episode 36 gun punch level, but there's still a couple of taps on the gut.
What happened in episode 36?
When the Centrati arrive on Earth en masse.
That wasn't a gut punch. That was just a surprise. To me, it was like, they're not going to do that. How are we going to survive? How are we going to win the day? And then we didn't. Well, we did, but we didn't. It was a Pyrrhic victory at best.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a gut punch. Like, I don't know what you're giving me examples, but I feel nothing.
I mean, I'm not expecting you to have the same.
Maybe that's the
reaction
thing.
as
Maybe
do.
I hate the Gundam pilots because I would be one. The element that, one, they dislike each other, which puts me right in the ballpark. But also the element of I would just do the thing I was told to do and would only be harmed by my own PTSD backstory shit. I feel nothing for anything. Pull trigger, do thing. Oh my god, what is happening over there? You know? Maybe I'm just in the ballpark of being as damaged as the Gundam pilots themselves.
And then holding a mirror to yourself is always a thing.
I mean, obviously it's happened a few times in reactions where I've been like, oh, this hits me because it's literally my thing, right? This happened recently to me, or I remember a time in my life when.
I mean, personal is always the most gut-wrenching because it's personal, right? It's yours. It's your life experience.
I think it might be an element that I am just on the reverse angle of things when it comes to a lot of reactors. I feel like overreact. They try to oversell a thing like, "Oh my god, you see what happened?" I don't think I've ever in my life felt, "Oh my god," you know.
Yeah, I mean that's perfectly valid as well.
I'm just putting that out there, and then the element is I swing the other way. I do not feel a goddamn thing. That's why all I can put out there is what I'm thinking, because my thoughts are the only thing that exist.
And if you wondered why the title of the channel is Stone Face Reactions,
it's because I once traveled through the Narnia portal into the world of the Game of Thrones world, where I got stone skin disease. I got better thanks to God, I don't know. His last name was Tarley. He helped me out, whatever that guy's name was. He was a large dude. He was married to nobody.
Literally.
No, he wasn't married yet. Wasn't that part of the story?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
this episode. I mean, I like this episode in spite of, well, or because of everything. You know, very interesting.
I don't know. We've had a lot more interesting episodes before this.
I mean, true. I've never really been disappointed in any of this episode so far. I will say that they're good. I don't have a great episode yet, but they're pretty solid overall. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, I have no problem with the show. My problem's always been with the characters. Like, not for nothing. How many people cried this episode? I put a cry counter up.
Well, only one.
Two.
Who was the other person?
I do not remember right now. I remember thinking when we saw Marina cry. Yeah. When we saw her cry, that was the second time. So I remember that there was somebody else who cried, but I just don't remember who it was now. So again, I could put a cry counter up, and I'm sure we'd hit more than the slap counter in all of Universal Century Gundam already.
That's saying a lot. There's a lot of
slapping. All of Universal Century that we've watched so far. I mean,
there's a lot of slapping.
Yeah, but I think I've already seen more crying than that. I think when you hit the point that you've seen more of anything than slapping in Universal Century, that's too much of a thing.
Yeah.
And imagine if you were watching, if you were binging this, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you're binging this.
Overplaying to the emotions, yeah.
Yeah, and then I had last episode trying to figure out what I feel about that person crying. Again, maybe it's just me. The element that I need time to figure out what I feel versus feeling things like a person, I guess. Yeah, whatever the word is I was going for there. That I need that time. That the element that's seeing it here. We're getting like 2 cries an episode.
I don't remember the other one, but I'll take your word for it. Because I don't remember.
Yeah, like I said, I don't remember who it was either because I'm in the moment now, and I've said a lot of stupid shit, which is going to be regrettable later when this hits YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone always hears the thing, and they never hear the conversation about the thing afterward.
True enough.
So it's like, he was a real fucking idiot when he did all that, and he then shouted and said all this stuff that made no goddamn sense. I'm going to type a long comment about how stupid that guy on the right is. And, doesn't matter what I say at this point.
Yeah. So with that, great comments. Do we have anything else to add?
Can't think of anything.
Okay. Like what? It's like it's Data's 2.0 just shut down. Like,
no. If I actually fell asleep, something in my head would go like, nah. Just going back to the episode, like the Alejandro Corner stuff, the Rasa conversation, the absorption of Kyrgyz into Exatistan, the conversation on the street that seemed to be a anti-Kyrgyz racism thing, the kid who wanted to see space, just going through everything. I don't think there was anything to discuss that's left on my mind.
Yep. So,
all right.
Blank here.
Well, with all that, then, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Oh, bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?